I'm Jonas, I'm a creative technologist.
I'm Julian, part of the designer team.
I'm Philip, and I'm also part of the design team.
I'm Alice, I'm the studio manager and a producer at Field.
I think the core philosophy for Field is always like exploring new technologies and exploring also new aesthetics and fusing those two. And I think it's like best seen in our newest piece, the system aesthetics, where we try to visualize AI.
As designers, we're curious. We're wondering what's going on inside of the machines, and we're interested like how they behave and how they work. We began to wonder how we can show the beauty and the fascinating side of AI without using outdated stereotypes, because everything you see is basically still looking like that. Yeah. So we thought about how can we mix this with the scientific approach. Try to focus on 5 key algorithms that will influence our lives in 2018. And for us, it was to study form, structure, and behavior. We used scientific papers, open source code publications to develop an understanding of these algorithms and translated that into visual metaphors.
Yeah, really interested in how nature and simulation and data can drive our artworks. So that's kind of the principles behind our idea of generative design.
I want to show you one of our earlier projects, and this is 10,000 digital paintings. This was a collaboration with a British paper manufacturer. We always really like to show it because it is a really good example for our design process and for our generative approach. Since this is digital print, we did something that would otherwise not be possible. So instead of one artwork, we actually created 10,000 unique ones. So that we had like a unique one for each of the covers. We started with a parametric surface and we played around with it like as if it would be a digital piece of paper. We were folding it up, wrapping it around, scrunching it up. You do with pieces of paper to get this really unique structure for each one of the covers.
We always like to keep our creative freedom around it, so we often try to break out a little bit of the very, very strict brief if it doesn't fit us.
We really like the structure of this project, and we were really intrigued on how could we do this in motion, like using the same kind of structure. So we came up with a little short film where we recycled some of the looks for this.
We have a lot of projects that are technically very challenging. So, for example, our recent animation series about AI, that was technically very challenging, especially in the movie that we just presented, the Hidden Layer movie.
This film has been a real labor of love. It started as a one-day shoot after a few weeks of storyboarding and reference sourcing. We ended up working on it for almost a year as a side project. A short film which explored how it feels to have an augmented self when our everyday decision-making is closely intertwined with artificial intelligence systems, personal assistants, and neural network filtering the information we access and the content we consume. How does that affect our senses of identity and humanness? And what happens when this system crash?
We like to keep ourselves creatively fulfilled, so that means not working on just one type of project continuously, but breaking it up, doing installations, experiential, generative. But I would say that challenges are always going to be part of the process, and it's how you respond to those challenges. You may find a more interesting route to solving it, and that keeps us motivated to try and find efficient solutions.
Yeah, challenging is not just a negative term, I guess.
No.
So moving away from installations, I'm going to talk to you about some of our current work, and it all starts with a glass cube and a feather inside. Throughout our work with brands in recent years, we've realized that actually there's very soon going to be a real need for ways of articulating what brands are doing with artificial intelligence. And they're going to need visuals to help communicate what their technology is doing in order to reassure and satisfy their customers.
I mean, in the end, it's all about doing what you love, because you spend so much time at work and you don't want to do something that's just a waste of time.
Yeah, I think the project has to be interesting for us as well, not only for the clients. And it has to, help us to develop new ideas, new aesthetics, and stuff that we didn't explore yet.